Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom, the nation's largest discount appliance dealer. Visit our website for deals and store locations near you.
Hi there, my name's Travis over here at AFMK. Today we're going to be going over the process of sanding stainless steel handles with a focus on refrigerated units. So here we can see a Whirlpool handle. This is a good example of one that we can do. And so we're going to switch over here and show you the process of how we do it and what we can and can't work on. So to start off, here we have some standard handles. This is a standard GE handle and a standard Whirlpool handle. These are going to be our bread and butter in terms of what we can sand. We're looking for nice flat surfaces, unfinished bare stainless steel with a good visible grain on it. Some other examples we have, this is a standard Frigidaire. You can see we still have the flat surface here. Here we have an LG handle. Again, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult due to this slight beveling we have in the corners here. It is still possible, we just have to make sure we're being very careful with it. Moving over here, we're going to go over some handles that we should avoid doing. First is an example of another Frigidaire. So this is the Frigidaire gallery handle. We're going to avoid this one due to the curve we have here and the polished bevel. So any work we do on this is going to potentially cause more damage to the handle, which is counterproductive. Some more examples we have, obviously. This is a KitchenAid handle. We don't want to sand these. Not stainless steel, it's rounded. Over here we have, this is a standard Whirlpool handle. However, you can see the finish is different from the stainless steel finish. So doing any work on this is also going to cause more damage. Again, same thing with the Samsung handle here. It's the right shape, just the wrong color, so we don't want to work on it. And then we have our painted handles, which we're not going to touch with sandpaper. We're just going to polish or clean these ones up ourselves instead. In order to start the process here, what you're going to need, some 400 grit sandpaper, some optional 1000 grit sandpapers. You're going to need a relatively clean microfiber cloth and some of the 3M rubbing compound. What we're going to do here is we're going to take our 400 grit paper, have it on a nice flat surface, and we're going to keep steady pressure, constant pressure, and going back and forth all the way up and down the handle here. It's important we take it slow and that we're bracing our thumb here so we can keep it in a nice straight motion. You need to make sure we're going with the grain. Going up and down or any other way is going to cause more damage to the handle once again. Additionally, something we need to be aware of and avoid is these plastic ends here. If we go too far on the side of the handle, we're going to end up scuffing those and causing more damage. We'll grab some of our 1000 grit. This is going to help polish it off a little bit better, keep it smooth. Now I get our rubbing compound with our cloth. Just a little dab will do it. And this process here is more just to polish up the handle and to get rid of any smaller scratches. Now this is a process that we can repeat over and over until we come to a good spot and what we want our handle to look like. So once again, all these ones here, nice and flat, easy to get to and keep a constant pressure. These are examples of handles that we don't want to sand because we're going to cause more damage to them, or it's just not possible. We have our rounded, beveled and polished, finished, and non-stainless steel handles. Those are all the ones we want to avoid. And then just to reiterate here we have our GE handle. Again, nice and flat, no bevels, no polish. Same thing with our Whirlpool. Now it gets difficult when we're determining it with brands because here we have, these are two Frigidaire handles. However, we have a standard Frigidaire and we have a gallery Frigidaire. So what's more important here is we're looking for the proper type of handle, a nice smooth surface, as opposed to a polished and beveled curved surface. The reason for that is as we sand these, it's going to be difficult to maintain that pressure and that constant motion as we're curving instead of going up and down. So all you need for this process is some simple, again, 400 grit paper, 1000 grit paper, fiber cloth, some rubbing compound. And that's going to help you make these handles more presentable for our customers.